Hey YouTube, this is Ben Gussel, just going for a little bit of evening walk here. I got some things in my mind. I was planning not to make this too lengthy of a video, but it might be a little longer. We'll see. We will see. I had a pretty tough day, even though I didn't have anything I absolutely had to do. I did a fair number of things that had to be done, that needed to be done, and so I feel good about today. I made really good use of time. I wish you could say the same thing for all days like that, but at least for a good number of days, I think I do pretty well overall with time. And I think with time I'll get better at this sort of thing, but this will probably play into what I'm talking about a little bit. For quite some time now, I'm sure for a lot of you guys, for some of you guys, ever since you've been born, I mean, we live in a time when you can just do whatever you want to do, especially if you're a little less busy, adult, not working, or home from work. I mean, your work is what you have to do. I mean, certainly right now there's a lot of even more discretionary free time as it is. There's so many things that we could watch and do that are more indoors, of course. Hopefully, with this thing truly blows over, because it's kind of pussyfooting its foot around. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. It's not really fully back to normal again. Everything is kind of still in a weird land mode. But yeah, I wish I could be the one to control that, by the way. But so my train of thought, we live a time when we could there's so many things we could watch, so many things we could do. How do we pick and choose what we want to watch and do? Just with the media. How do we do that when there's like billions of videos to watch and millions of games to play? And yeah, well, and our own personal tastes come into play here, but I might have a few thoughts. Well, more than a few. Okay, so let's get into this here. I'm gonna start out with video games because I bought a few today, and lo and behold, the 6 video games I bought, and believe me when I say 6, and also believe me when I say these are 6 good video games. These are good games. These are games that I have wanted to play, I've been curious about for quite some time. Some in particular. I mean, these are great games. They're going to balance out my Legend of Grimrock playing a little bit. I know I keep wanting to play another Baldur's Gate game. I know Divinity Original Sin 2 and I don't know. Supposedly Pillars of Eternity 2, but Divinity Original Sin 2 and Baldur's Gate 3, and the Witcher games and Skyrim are still the ones everyone's raving about. And there's probably some others I didn't mention. The big ones, and there's Tyranny that just has, I found out has slightly better, I don't know, what's it? Graphics card. You need a slightly better graphics card to play that game than the one I have. Ever so slightly. So it's just these little details that sometimes you need to pay attention to. I mean, even with gaming, you get to know computers sometimes well enough that you can talk some serious. I can talk about computers, absolutely. All these different terms and what they mean. There's a lot of real world useful information that comes from just doing anything with computers, really. But I think we need to balance it all. Anyway, that's it. I'm getting on some tangents here. But yeah, so 6 games. 6 games for $20. Every single one of them, solid games, great games, just amazing. I mean, how often does that happen? It's sale, by the way, on Steam. That's ending on the 9th at 10 a.m. So if you're a video game guy, if you're a gamer, get on that. Get on that. I mean, They got stuff that's like 70, 80% down. You can get a $10 game for $2. Get a $20 game for $5, $4. It's like nothing. It's nothing. So yeah, get on that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with this topic because I'll see how great these games really are in just a bit. And believe me, Grimrock did not disappoint. Grimrock is a great game. But, you know, because it's kind of a one-dimensional game in a way, well, 2 or 3. It's got puzzles, it's got strategy, and survival. But in a dungeon type environment. Yeah, and it's pen and paper, Dungeons and Dragons-ish a little bit. But more just the dungeon thing, not the forest, not the other places, just the dungeons, and just it's a little bit limited, you know. But what it does well. But I knew I needed some variety at some point, so that's why I got the other games, and I'm hoping they're great, and I'm gonna go play them as soon as I'm done with this video. Need some playtime here. I've worked hard today, what I was doing, and I'll have to make some more phone calls tomorrow. It's about those phone calls a lot of times. But yeah, media. I mean, I don't know about you guys again. I've mentioned this before. I literally have still hundreds of YouTube channels I'm subscribed to. And how many do I actually watch on a regular basis? Probably just a handful. But believe me, I do watch my YouTube. It's the funniest thing again about YouTube. And you know, it's like, YouTube, do you really want to know who I am as a person so that you can have me watch more videos on YouTube so that it's like a mutually beneficial thing? Or you just want to keep feeding me crap, you know? I realize YouTube's so big and they have their algorithms. It's not about me, it's about them. We all know this on some level, but still they provide such amazing service. They could still do better with personalizing what they say. Hey, check this out. We all kind of get the same stuff a lot of times too, don't we? Yep. And you could probably tell me the videos that show up in your suggested list or your homepage. It's a homepage, right? You actually have to go to your subscriptions. And then you have to, in your subscriptions, you have to turn on notifications regarding which channels and which content you want to see more often. That's what you have to do. And then, depending on how often someone puts out stuff, you might never hear from somebody. And some other channels, you'll hear from them all the time. So, like, if you really like what that person puts out, great. If you're kind of half-hearted about it, hey, you know, we're all different people. And so many times, you know, you only see so much of anybody on YouTube. And so many people, you know, I've mentioned this before in other videos. Some people want to be class clowns and entertainers. Some people, like me, can be more for real. And showing you a little bit more what's really going on. To a certain extent, you know, I can't show you my entire life. But you can always send me any questions you want, you know. But I'm always available to chat. If only in the comment sections or something. I realize that YouTube is kind of a little bit limited still that way, but you can always send me videos back to me, and you can always send me comments at least. But it's a pretty nice evening, actually. It really is. But yeah, what we watch, everything like that. You know, and I can get into religion here, sure, because you guys want to hear. You know, I didn't realize that a lot of times it's hard to articulate these thoughts. But what we watch and what we think about, I mean, what we watch influences what we think about. Everything has an impact, you know, and what we think about is a big part of who we are. It's all related. You know, that's why one of the things I'll say just right off the bat is, you know, you want to kind of limit how many angry videos you watch, how many angry political things you see. Someone says, oh man, you gotta see this now. You'll hear about it. You don't have to see it. It's just gonna make you angry, right? Then someone, oh, we gotta take action. We gotta, oh my gosh. My landlord watches TV every single day. Every single day, he's on that TV. And so every single day, if I'm in the living room, I'm exposed to that stuff. And that's just the way things are until I move somewhere else. Because that's the way he is. It's not that bad of a situation. He's a great landlord. He's great. He's awesome. I have, again, low rent. It's amazing, really. He pays for utilities, pays for internet. I can't complain. I really can't, but it's just, and I've lived here for a while, quite a while. You guys probably remember my earliest videos. When I started making YouTube videos, I was in a different house, and that's a different situation. That was very awesome too. But you know, different. So getting back to video games here just for a sec. Steam, literally, I don't know, you know, they have sales fairly often. And I realize that there's a lot of video game players that are not as choosy as me. Or they might, you know, and there's a lot of people that are less choosy about media in general than me. And a lot of people have different tastes than I do in media. No, I obviously see some appeal, at least in a lot of stuff that's out there, media-wise. There's certainly some appeal. There's always some appeal, but the question is it worth your time? Is it worth your money? The great thing about YouTube is you can look at stuff, you can watch stuff. If you're interested in playing a game, for instance, you can kind of see playthroughs of the game, you can see people actually playing the game, you know, reviews upon reviews. You know, you can look at 1-star to 5-star reviews of it. You can see on Steam lets you see videos of it and some of the artwork. You start to get an idea of what different games are like. And the more that you're interested in the game, the more that you'll see more stuff. But if you start to see stuff that's just kind of not your thing, for whatever reason, you know, you move on to the next thing, right? Why would you entertain thinking or, you know, looking up a video game that you're just kind of half-hearted about? Would you ever buy a video game that you're half-hearted about? There are people that might do that. I mean, there are some people that literally, that's what they do all day. I don't know. But I don't know how to make the money. I don't know what they're doing. I just, whatever. I don't know what they're doing with their lives. But you guys know that's not the way I am. And I imagine the older I get, the more choosy I'm going to be. Is this really worth my time? Whatever this is this really worth my money? Now, is this game, if it's only $2 or $3, oh yeah, oh, I am definitely buying it. I am definitely, if it looks like it's really fun and interesting and exciting and colorful, and if it's just some dumb point-and-click adventure game that's not really all that fun regarding combat, I might still get it if the art looks really great. And believe me, there's quite a few games out there that are point-and-click adventures that, you know, there's a problem with point-and-click adventures sometimes. It's just that the programmers don't really think about how cryptic they make their puzzles. And believe me, that's what they do, is they emphasize puzzles. Nobody wants to keep looking up solutions to puzzles online. You know, it's why Legend of Grandia isn't as highly ranked as some other games. Puzzles in certain location were way too darn nebulous. Guesswork, you know. But, well, you know, that's one of the critiques of, I don't know. Anyway, Okay, getting back to some. And by the way, I'm glad I wore a yellow shirt here. That was a good idea. I mentioned that we have so many things that we could watch and do. There really are. And like, from the moment you get up, if you have the whole day free, and you want to go to town on the computer, you're not really interested in doing anything much outside of your computer. Man, you could surf the web on your phone or the computer. And by surfing, I mean, you can look up, you just read stuff. YouTube videos, there's always YouTube videos, and there's, you know how many of them there are, and you know how many, you know, like, there's all the ones that YouTube thinks you should see that are viral, trending. Then there's all the videos that people you subscribe to are putting out. And you know, if you are subscribed to bigger channels, they're going to be putting out more content that's, you know, more professionally done, whatever. And then there's gaming, if you're a video gamer. Then there's, you know, other things that just are like things you need to do, like chores and stuff on your to-do list, you know, whether it's banking. Shopping is a bit more fun than that, but and it's just like, you know, household chores you just need to get to doing, right? I don't know, I mean, like, there's so many things, scheduling, and you could, I mean, like, it's so easy to just get, so, and you could find that you spend the entire day, not just gaming, but looking at videos, like watching videos all day. And you might learn a fair amount. You most certainly will. If, and here's the thing, if you let your desires determine what you want to watch. And by desires, I also more especially referring to your higher desires, your more heavenly desires, because when you're watching stuff that is not going to help you spiritually, well, it's going to make you less spiritual, right? It's going to go help you, it's going to cause you in some way, shape, or form down the road, as time goes on, you're going to go the opposite direction. You're going to become more carnal, desensitized. You're going to be a worse person in some way, shape, or form. You might not think so, but it's because of what you've watched. It's because of what you're thinking about. It's because of what you have come to care about more. It's the weirdest thing how that works. You know, maybe you're just more depressed. If I played video games, knowing my personality, if I played video games that were just dark and violent, nothing against that stuff. It's fine. It's fine in its place. But if that's what I that's what I played. Those are the movies I watched were action and horror. You know, I know everybody thinks horror is about this gory stuff, and it's not. It's kind of stupid, but if that was what I spent my time doing, what kind of person would I be? Would I be more athletic? I know. I'm sure a lot of people have talked about this thing, and this is just one kind of thing that a lot of people enjoy, including myself. But I know, you know. Bruce Lee is actually a better choice than a lot of other stuff you could watch that's martial artsy, or, you know, heck, Sylvester Stallone. Watch some Rambo movies. Those movies are great. They're awesome. Chuck Norris, this stuff is a little cheesy, but whatever. I mean, like, you can get the feeling of what these guys are trying to express. And what these guys are trying to express in the movies. You know, the main actors, the directors, whatever, the story writers, if what they're trying to express is something more admirable, then you're going to be more admirable of a person for watching it. That's the main point I'm trying to make, I guess. And, you know, I mentioned religion, but this is what religion is. If religion is something else, you know, it has everything to do with self-discipline. It has everything to do with building character. It's everything. That's what religion is. It's about us and them. It's about life. It's about perfecting ourselves eventually, right? That's the goal. That's the whole aim. It's just that religion is often misunderstood. Yes. And so we let someone else define it for us, and then we say, no way. But no, we know what's right and wrong, but it's not enough to know. We have to be a certain way, right? We need to be our best selves, right? And again, it's not, most things are not that bad of stuff to watch or do. And that's not all fun, not just a moral thing, it's like a life balance thing. And I have been very obsessed with certain games in the past. I know exactly what that's like. If a game is good enough, that's all you want to do sometimes. But, what? So it's always a question of what else is on your radar? What else is on my radar? What else is it that we need to be about? And if we don't, we might need to be reminded of those things in some shape, way, shape, or form. Might need to be reminded of that stuff sometimes. And we need to be open to others trying to help us in that area. We need to not be so obsessed with always seeing this one person on YouTube or these one channels spending endless hours on basically cotton candy entertainment. And I'm talking to myself too. It's getting a little darker here, I know. It's a nice blue-violet color though. I'd say it's more blue. On my phone it's a bit more blue than it is, and out here it's a bit more of a lighter blue, but just the way the sky is. Yeah, we usually have someone that comes by and mows the lawn for us, and he hasn't been here recently, so that's why you can see the lawn, it's a little bit long. But I mean, going for round 2 here, laps around the neighborhood. Again, I'm gonna make part 2 here of this video. So I mean, I have high hopes that these games are going to be really enjoyable and interactive. Of course, I mean the S Simulator and the 5 Gifts and Enclave and some other game. I can't remember the name of it. There's like a steampunk type thing. It looks fun, and like at least two or three other games that I think Bastion is one of them. I never, and that's just my own personal taste, I've never gone for the JRPG stuff. I don't know why. I don't know. I love Japan. I don't know. But yeah. It's fine if you guys do like the JRPG stuff, that's just fine. But I'm looking forward to playing this stuff. I just, again, I have hundreds and hundreds of people I'm subscribed to. It's one of the ways I have of just thinking about other things instead of just whatever is really more going on in real life right now for me. You feel more connected on some level with people that you've never met before face to face, but we should never assume that's the same thing as the need to actually be talking to people face to face. And when all this blows over, it's gonna be one of my most cherished things I could do was socialize with people, I guess, you know. Just to, well, anyway, but maybe, you know, there's more of these tangents that I could talk about for later times, but I can only talk about so much in this video, and some of you guys don't like how I make half-hour-long videos anyway. So I'm going to try to get more to the gist of, again, what I'm trying to say here. So everybody's making these videos, and everybody's making these games, and you hear all this, watch this stuff, this news on TV, or you see it, you read it. How do you get through all the crap to the stuff that you truly want to play, truly want to watch, without spending very much money, or if any? It's like diet stuff in a way, but yet this is, in a way, even more far-reaching spiritually in a way. In a way, you know. Well, I definitely still watch stuff on YouTube. When you're subscribing to different kinds of people, just pay very close attention to their values, to what these people value. I mean, if someone on YouTube does not, if their values are not very clear, you definitely want to keep that in mind. Because if you don't really care about your own values, if you can just feel like you can just live life in a way where, hey, anything goes, I can do whatever I want to do, obviously you won't care so much about someone else's values. You'll just do what you want to do, watch what you want to watch. But if you do care about how you are, again, and you do care about your values, then care about the values that people have that put out content on YouTube, because those are the values that you're going to start at least being more familiar with. You know, it's going to have an impact, a good one or not so good one. And this is just so many of you guys could say echo the same thing I'm saying. It's common sense. It's common sense. It's the same deal with friends in real life, and even more so with friends in real life. Everybody has an impact on everyone else. Everyone. For better or for worse. So yeah, choose your subscriptions carefully. But it's also the question of how much you're actually watching their content. Okay, so I think the movie thing is kind of, that's more straightforward. Obviously, you want to be aware of the kinds of values as you get older. Or, you know, we often resist what our parents want us to do, but as you get older, you need to be increasingly aware of not just obviously the moral values are important, but you want to be aware of someone else's politics, you want to be aware of someone else's, whatever the themes they're trying to convey, and you can pick up those themes much easier as an adult. Sure. You want to be aware of that stuff. If Sylvester Stallone has made boxing and military movies and other movies, like you might have be familiar with, like the Mafia, but pay attention not just to what, like the setting and the characters. Pay attention to what it is that he wants to get across. And Sly Stallone's values, you'll find, will be actually pretty admirable. But, you know, Quentin Tarantino, he also makes action movies, but he's after something a little different. I'm not saying Quentin is worse than Sly. I'm like, Quentin's fine. He's actually a pretty cool guy. He's just a little testy, but his stuff is wild. It's just like some crazy guy's dream. It's like, you know, why not movies? It's so bizarre, but they're so... it's just, that's Quentin Tarantino. I mean, like, be aware of it. And, you know, like, you need to be aware of this stuff. This is one of those things that the more knowledgeable you are, the more aware you are about what it is that you just, whatever it is. This is one of the marks of being more mature, I think. Just being more intelligent in general. Being not very aware, and more trusting and whatever, or being more naive. I've been told that I have a naive side to me. This is more of a quality of youth, which is fine. It's great, but you want to get more aware, you want to get more intelligent, this is a good thing. Don't resist it. This is, but by all means, as you gain wisdom and experience and knowledge in life, have it be in a way that doesn't harm you spiritually, you know. I gotta wrap this up soon. Maybe make it part 2, but yeah, I mean, like, nobody's, you know, we get this feeling like we have to watch this stuff, or if we don't, you know, if we don't do this or we don't watch this, somehow we're not being loyal YouTubers. It's, you know, it's ridiculous. I've fallen into this train of thought. Oh, if I don't watch this guy's videos, I think he's a really cool guy, it's the end of the world. Oh, I'm a terrible subscriber. Oh wait, should I be paying? Should I be paying the money? You know, should I join a channel? Should I support people on Twitch? Well, you know, some people, that's how they make their money. That's how they make their income. So, but don't just, you know, think about it. That's all I'm saying. Think carefully about it. And same deal with games, man. So many games on Steam. So many. How do you... TV shows... man, there's a lot of free TV stuff these days online. A lot of it's just trash. Or it's repetitive, or it's just not, you know, whatever, but... And some of it's virusy, so you have to be careful, but... Well, I mean... Have some things that you really enjoy and stick by them. And if you want to venture out into other stuff, you know, sure, Steam doesn't always get what you really want to play. I think you know, it's the way the game is designed, or they have all these little categories, but they don't get it. They're not thinking about themes. They're not thinking about aesthetics. They're thinking about other stuff. All the, you know, gameplay, or the... So, I had to remind you, no, I actually want to try this game. There's something about it I really like. I realize it's not like the games I've played before. I get that. Okay, I'll make it part 2 here in a bit, folks. Probably might be something different. We'll see. Alright, catch you soon. Take care.